This 12 Days of Christmas on Robin Minds is brought to you by Knorr and Lipton.
But if you're just joining us, yes, we're talking 2020, but not what you think. We're talking great moments, 12 of them that stood out for us here in Nigeria. And I want to talk about the World Trade Organization and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. It has dragged on and on and on. What's the situation of things right now?
I think at the moment it was put on hold, especially because, speculations, because of the US elections, the general elections. And we all know the outcome. Now, if the outcome was in the flip side, we will be worried right now about Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. But a lot of people are optimistic about her chances. Reason why is people wonder why someone who worked at the World Bank for 25 years in Washington, D.C., who schooled in the Ivy League schools,
has run the Nigerian economy.
Has run the Nigerian economy 2 terms with 2 presidents. He's still being second guessed with someone who's just a local trade champion in Korea. Both are phenomenal ladies, well qualified, but definitely Dr. Okonjo-Iweala is more qualified.
Yeah, the elections have been very confusing for a lot of people because we hear, unlike the United Nations, there's no veto power with the WTO. So why is America so powerful in this? Why are they so important when all the other countries seem to have agreed that she should be the one?
It's important because of the current trade war between America and China, right? The world has changed since the WTO was set up. It used to just be about intellectual properties, what you do in your factories, how you treat your workers, and all of these other things. But it has changed because it's becoming a service-oriented world. And when it was set up, it was about globalization. Now, under Trump, America was more nationalistic. So they felt that because Dr. Okonjo-Iweala got the support of China, that she will favor her. And knowing about her track record, she is impartial. She's an inspiration not only to women, but to Nigerians in general, that people who look and speak and act like you can get to positions like that and compete globally.
I think we're all very, very, very optimistic there, and we just can't wait. It's taking too long. Maybe a lot of us popped the champagne too early, but I guess we'll just wait just a little longer. Well, we're going to continue our conversation about, big moments, and our next big moment for 2020, still talking financial, and it's the AFDB. With our guy there, our former minister again, who moved on there and was going to run for his second term, and then I think America got in the mix again. What happened there?
AFDB might be one of the most political institutions. Everything is about politics. It's about interest and vested interest. Reading some of the articles, especially by the foreign press, who pretty much control everything, it was about his image, his well-tailored suits, his ties. He's just a very clean man. He's just a very, well-dressed man, and he's very qualified. And he had a very good first term, based on, an agenda he called the high fives, which is what each item on the agenda was about Africa. But the funny thing about AFDB is that the member countries go beyond African member countries. But the good thing was that Nigeria has the strongest vote in the AFDB. The second, the United States. So it was a political play, and a board or a committee was set up. And the outcome was that he was a spotless leader, and he deserved to run it for another 5 years.
So which he got now, like you mentioned, with Okonjo as well, the benefits to Nigeria. With Akinwumi there as the head of the AFDB, benefits to Nigeria in the last 5 years, what should we be looking forward to?
There were benefits. I think those were some of the concerns because, let's be honest, Africa is largely francophone, and francophone countries are still controlled by the French to an extent. So people said that the Americans were playing out the script of their partners who are the French. Over the past 5 years, Nigeria got a lot of benefits because in the end, interventions have to be funded. And Nigeria got a lot of that. We have high expectations. We expect that since our brother is there, he should funnel all the money. But But still, in the next 5 years, it's important to, which is part of his agenda, to electrify Nigeria, to eradicate poverty, to provide food, to integrate Africa. And recently, President Buhari ratified the AFCFTA, which is Africa Free Trade Agreement. And that is interwoven into, the agenda there. And same thing I said about the trade organization is that we need to prepare to reap out of the opportunities that all of this will bring. And also, we need to provide opportunities for people who would not get to the level of Dr. Adesina, the people who are regular Nigerians, to be able to feed, act, and live in dignity. And I'm sure that this is what those overarching policies are about.
On a final note now, what does this say about us? That we have all of these individual shining stars internationally in the financial, space, but our economy seems to be going in the opposite direction. We're in a recession, inflation is going through the roof, the Naira is becoming, not necessarily very impressive to carry anywhere. What does it seems like an irony for a lot of people. What's that, and what can we do?
We need to set up institutions. What you would notice with every Nigerian that thrives outside the country is that when they are dropped into functional, well-governed institutions, they thrive, right? So that's what's wrong. It's our, space. It's not well-oiled. It's not functional. Nepotism and all of these things. It's not by merit. But these guys, remember that you said that they're well qualified. They got there by merit. But here, the people who drive our institutions usually aren't the best people, aren't the best fit. So what we need to do is to, meritocracy. If you do not merit a position, if you are not qualified, you do not run it. And if we do that, and if our people if we hold each other, and try to force the best out of each other, we will get there and surpass it.
Thank you very much. I think that's very, very well said. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.